Hello everybody, my name is Rolak, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we returned to Hyrule Castle with the 3 spiritual stones, but we were too late and Ganondorf made a strike against Hyrule Castle. Went to the Temple of Time to open the Door of Time to retrieve the Master Sword, the last key to the Sacred Realm. Now we've been tasked we've been given the title of Hero of Time, and we've also practically been stasised 7 years into the future, and we're now adults. Now, becoming adult obviously has, ups and downs. For example, there's quite a few things that we can't use that we used as a child. For example, we can't equip either of our Kokiri shield or the Deku shield. Our Goron's bracelet is useless because of our adult strength. Can now lift up bomb flowers, no problem. As long as our bullet bag, can't use that because we can't use our slingshot. Can't use our slingshot along with our Deku sticks, our boomerang, magic beans, and any mask that you have obtained. You can still use Deku nuts, both your bombs, the Ocarina, all your bottle items, even if they've been saved in the past, as well as any magic items. Of course, over here is where the light medallion and where all the other medallions can be stored away. So we have been given the task of going to Kokiri Forest to try and find Saria and see what she can do to help. And the coloration is still kind of wonky here. So yeah, Ganondorf kind of took control of everything, and now a lot of things aren't good now. For example, the market is laden with redeads. Conveniently enough, they will not actually freeze you if they scream at you, so that's also a good thing. Now, you might be wondering what's in here, considering that was just a bunch of pots. Well, it's this guy. Oh, you are quite an energetic young man. You're brave and handsome, too. Your name is Link, isn't it? Don't be surprised. I can read people's minds. If I looked as good as you, I could run a different kind of business. Oh. I don't... Okay. My shop is the only ghost shop in Hyrule. Because of the great Ganondorf, it is a fine time for a business like this. Oh, I can only hope the world gets even worse. The ghosts, called Poes, are spirits of concentrated hatred that appear in the fields and graveyard. They hate the world. Young man, if you can catch a Poe, I will pay you a lot of money for it. Alright, so this guy is actually somewhat of a bit of importance, so we're going to be returning to him every now and then. Now, Hyrule Castle is kind of, demolished. However, Hyrule Field is pretty much the same as we left it 7 years ago. It's bright and sunny. There's nothing really too bad about it. As well as that dungeon icon still in the upper left corner. Now, I said that we were going to go to Kokiri Forest, but we actually have to go to Kakariko Village. However, we want to head over to Lon Lon Ranch real quick. For more than one reason. Well, practically just one reason in total. You notice it's a bit more gloomy here when we approach it, so obviously there's going to be something a bit, I don't know. So over the 7, you might remember that Mr. Ingo guy that was kind of grumpy about the whole way that the ranch was being ran. Real quick, I want to head over. I think it's in this house right here. There she is. Oh, a visitor. It's been a long time since we've had a visitor here. Where did you come from? Since Ganondorf came, people in the castle town have gone. Places have been ruined and monsters are wandering everywhere. Mr. Ingo is just using the ranch to gain Ganondorf's favor. Everyone seems to be turning evil. But that he was kicked out of the ranch by Mr. Ingo. If I disobey Mr. Ingo, he will treat the horses so badly. So there's nothing I can do. So that is Malon. 7 years grown up. Yeah, Mr. Ingo has taken over the ranch, and he's kind of being a dick about it. So let's see what he has to say. There are some people in Kakariko spreading rumors that I cheated Talon out of the ranch, but don't be ridiculous. That guy Talon was weak. I, the hardworking Ingo, poured so much energy into this place. I don't want any strangers like you saying anything bad about me.
Listen, the great Ganondorf recognized my obvious talents and gave the ranch to me. I will raise a fine horse and win recognition from the great Ganondorf. Say, young man, do you want to ride on one of my fine horses? Pay me 10 rupees and you can ride.
Sure thing. I'll go over it. It's really not that complicated. Now, we could grab onto this horse that we've, been given. However, you might remember... Wait. Remember a certain song that we've played more than once. Or in the past. That gained the attention of a certain horse. Play Epona's song, and Epona, 7 years grown up, and all fine steed she is. Climb. That's not the right button. So yeah, we're next to a horse. Press A to climb. Press A while you're moving with it. Moving with Epona to go faster. It uses up one of the carrots, which will limit how much you have to run with it. It's really simple. Hold back to slow down and stop. If we have a certain item, we can use it. However, we don't. So yeah. Now what we gotta do is actually kind of complicated. Yes. Say that we're done. Then we want to go back into it. Okay. So we go with that. We play Epona's song again. I feel like I'm kind of like sidetracking. Or, I don't know. Weird. It's the morning still. I haven't really been recording all that long. Alright. Let's go ahead and hop on Epona. Go ahead and talk to this guy.
You're getting better. How about a little race with me? One lap around the corral with that horse. Let's make a little wager, say. 50 rupees? Do it.
Alright, now we're racing and go. So, you want to start off right away by hitting A to go faster. This race isn't all that difficult. It's the second race that gets a bit of a tricky. You mainly just want to use up up to half of your carrots and only go faster when the middle one has, recovered. Once you're around like about a quarter of a way to the finish line, just use up all the carrots.
Just shoot! If the great Ganondorf found out about this humiliation... Hey, you! How about another race? If you win, you can keep the horse.
And now comes the tricky part. So right away you want to start off by getting right ahead of him. There we go. And you want to try your best to stay directly in front of him. If you stay directly in front of him, he can't really do much. He can't really do much to pass you. Come on. Once around here, you can use up all the carrots. There we go.
What's up with that horse? Is that Epona? How did you tame that wild horse right under my nose? I was going to present that horse to the great Ganondorf, but I bet on the race and lost. Shoot!
As I promised, I'll give you the horse to you.
However, I'll never let you leave this ranch.
So he goes ahead and closes the door, or close the gate. So what we gotta do is take Epona right up to the fence and get the hell out of here. So now we have Epona. So whenever we want, if we want to summon Epona, we can simply play Epona's song and she'll appear on the Hyrule field. There are a couple locations which she can't go, which are pretty self-explanatory as to where she can and can't go. As for the time being, now that we got Epona, we'll head on over to Kakariko Village, see what Sheik was talking about with a certain device that can help us get into the Forest Temple. Only 10 minutes have passed. We'll be heading back to Lon Lon Ranch later. As for the time being, we don't really have much to do aside from just go and head on to Kakariko Village. I'm not sure if I entered at the right time or is it just weird. So yeah, Kakariko Village actually houses a bunch of people who were in Castletown. Look at this guy. Ever since he escaped from Hyrule Castletown, he's become even more timid. That's not... okay. I tell you, I saw him. I saw the ghostly figure of Dompe the Gravekeeper sinking into his grave. It looked like he was holding some kind of treasure. So told about that. Man, I really just don't sound all that enthusiastic about stuff. It is the morning. I woke up like a couple hours ago. Probably wasn't the best idea to record at this hour, but what can you do? Alright, quick little detour first into the windmill here. Never actually gone into here before. There's a piece of heart over there, but we can't do anything about that yet.
I'll never forget what happened on that day 7 years ago. It's all that Ocarina kid's fault. Next time he comes around here, I'm gonna mess him up.
Ocarina, you say?
What? You've got an Ocarina? What the heck? That reminds me of that time 7 years ago. Back then a mean kid came here and played a strange song. He messed up this windmill. I'll never forget this song.
Damn it. It's tricky with it. There we go. So with that, we have learned the Song of Storms. Probably should have waited.
Oh no, a storm again. You played the Ocarina again, didn't you? Arrgh.
So with the Song of Storm playing, the windmill goes quite a lot faster than before. This will actually be relevant much later in our journey, so we'll keep that in mind. As for the time being, Kakariko Village doesn't really have much else for us. Ooh, actually, hang on. I forgot completely one thing. Where is he? Oh yeah, this house, this building right here was actually constructed in the 7 years that passed. This is now a shooting gallery. We can't really do anything there yet, so we'll just ignore it for the time being. Oh god. Wait, is that window not even connected to the building? Okay, I was just... okay. Let's see. I think it was this one. Oh wow, there's nobody. Oh, hello. Hey, young man, a grown boy like you entering a person's house without permission? I'll talk to your parents. Oh well. This isn't my house anyway. This is the Great Impa's house. The Great Impa has gone to the graveyard to seal up the humongous creature there. Since the Ganondorf appeared, many monsters have been sighted around here. Only the Great Impa has kept peace in our village. You have to remember that, you young man. Oh well. Speaking of the Great Impa, she hasn't come back yet. I wonder what happened to her. I heard that the ghost of the Gravekeeper often appears in the graveyard behind this village. But no big deal. This guy seems pretty laid back. I think that was actually the guy we talked to in Castletown in one of the back alley houses. The guy who was talking about how it was weird about the dogs. Not too sure though. Where is he? I'm trying to find him. Maybe it's in this house. I think it's in this house. Yep, there he is. Hey, buddy. Well, I'm doing alright. Sorry to make you worry. Right, we have to obtain something. I'm just getting sidetracked by a bunch of different things that we don't really need to do yet. We will be doing some stuff later, but it's not now, to say the least. Alright, now with all those stupid little side tangents here and there, let's actually head into the graveyard and try to find Dompe. Obviously he's dead because people have been saying that they've been seeing the ghost of Dompe. So let's see what's going on. Alright, so first of all things, we never actually really went into his little hut here. When he actually has a little journal. The Gravekeeper's diary is here. Do you want to read it? Whoever reads this, please enter my grave. I will let you have my stretching, shrinking keepsake. I'm waiting for you, Dompe. So he has something of interest for us. And before we actually head onward, first of all things, Poes are now kind of like automatically on their own in the graveyard. So yeah. Now, this You might remember I was planting a bean sprout here a couple episodes ago. 7 years later, it has grown into a magic bean plant thing. Doing so will let us reach up to this ledge. Rolling into this box will reveal us a piece of heart. Very nice. So yeah, those bean sprouts that we planted around Hyrule practically give us either shortcuts or access to goodies. Now, I believe Dompe's grave is this one, because I don't remember this one having flowers in the past. Am I correct? I am correct.
Young man, are you fast on your feet? I may not look like it, but I'm confident in my speed. Let's have a race. Follow me if you dare.
Alright, so now we're racing Dompe's ghost. Oh, fuck. Okay. So you don't actually have to be all that fast with him. You just have to keep him in sight and cut corners. And also avoid the fire, because not only will it damage you, it'll also knock you back a bit. Obviously, as demonstrated by me. Now, if you know the route of this race, you don't really need to worry about cutting corners and stuff. I'm actually curious as to what all the other different like rooms are in this area, because I've only ever raced Dompe and never really paid much attention to any other location. So I'm curious to see what this entire like area is. Obviously, if you let's take a little shortcut here. Obviously you can hear Redead, so they're here somewhere around here. But yeah, if you take too long to catch up to Dompe, he'll close a door. Like you see this one. He'll lock the door behind you and you'll have to reset the whole thing. However, if you just keep up with him, he'll, yeah. Time of this race was 1:05. Young man, you were very quick to be able to keep up with me. As a reward, I'm going to give you my treasure. It's called the hook shot. Its spring-loaded chain will pull you to any spot where its hook sticks. Doesn't that sound cool? I'm sure it will help you. I live here now, so come back again sometime. I'll give you something cool. One more thing. Be careful on your way back. So he goes ahead and gives us a little treasure chest to open up. Obviously, it's going to contain something good, so let's go ahead and open it. And we have obtained the hook shot. It's a spring-loaded chain that can cast out to hook things. You can use it to drag distant items towards you, or you can use it to pull yourself towards something. While holding C, you can aim with stick, shoot it by releasing C. So we've got a brand new fancy little item here. Hook shot, fan favorite item. It's pretty simple. Simply hold it down, you can aim with it. If you hit something wooden, or something that can attract targets, say like a torch, you'll be pulled towards it. Yes. I wonder what... Okay. So we go through this door, we're locked out, and there's these big blocks right here. However, as Navi will point out, isn't that the same design that's on the Door of Time? So, go ahead and play the Song of Time. And that moves the blocks. These blocks will be appearing every now and then in locations across Hyrule. So we gotta pay attention to where they are and, you know, use the Song of Time. Now that we've gone up here, we can actually realize that we've actually reached the windmill once again. Now we could jump over onto that platform and just jump over to that heart piece. However, since the floor is wooden, just go ahead and hookshot towards it, and there we go. Collect 2 pieces so far. And we can actually collect 2 more in this episode, if we're fast enough. Alright, so you might remember 7 years, or a couple, like way back when, in a few episodes back, I showed off that you can do a little trick to get on this roof early. Now that we have the hookshot, we can legitimately get it, so let's go ahead and grab this heart piece. Hey, good to see you again. I'll give you this as a memento. And then give us another piece of heart. So yeah, you can actually get that heart piece if you jump down from the tower onto the fence and come up here and talk to the guy. However, I didn't want to do that because I'm a respectful person. I didn't want to, you know, do that thing. That's a lie. I did a trick in the Death Mountain crater with the climbable wall and stuff. I'm not a respectable person anyway whatsoever. Yes, I am. What am I saying? Alright, we want to head back into the graveyard real quick because if we actually beat Dompe under a certain amount of time, he'll give us a goodie. I bet you can guess as to what that is because it's very simple to understand what it is. Now I have a better understanding of what the entire area is like. Alright. So we obviously want to avoid the fire, and we also want to cut corners really quickly. Again, if you know the layout of this area, it's really easy to beat him under a minute. He's got to be careful where he puts the fire so that you don't get hit. Like so. He always puts the fire in a set location, so it's not really all that random as to where he drops it. So if you can just memorize pretty much wherever he's like putting everything, then it's a pretty simple race. Oh no, if it's there, what the hell was that placement? That's just cheap, man. Oh man, I don't think we're gonna get it. Unless I could pull something off. Which I don't think is actually possible with this. Oh well, I'll give it a try. We'll just reset anyway. Nope, it's not possible. Okay, we'll just reset real quick. I'll probably just cut to when we actually get this proper. So I'll see you guys in just a moment if that's the case. I got to this location a bit faster, so I think I might get it this time. Alternatively, I could come back at a much later time, and with a certain item, I can actually do this quite easily. But I'm stubborn, and I want this damn heart right now, so... Yeah, there we go. Got plenty of seconds to spare, hopefully. There we go. Alright, buddy. Fork it over. 58. Yes, there it is. Alright. That we completed a full heart once more. And very, very good. Okay. So, now that we've obtained the certain item that Sheik has told us about, we've pretty much done all we can here. So, we're going to head on over to where we need to go next, which is Kokiri Forest. However, we want to make one last pit stop because this is actually a very important pit stop. Actually, hang on real quick. We also want to play the songs real quick because I remember that there's a certain Skulltula here that I thought was obtainable in the past. However, it is not, so we'll go ahead and hook shot onto this roof. By the way, yeah, there's definitely something wrong with Death Mountain. We'll be investigating that much later. Come on. Did it before. Come on. Aiming with a control stick is not the best. Okay, it's over there, so we have to... Is it even possible to do this with this kind... Wait, hang on, it is. No, it is. Nope, stop. It is. We go over there. That's a bomb. Okay. So if we go around up here... And if we hook shot onto this... Yeah, the range of the thing is not very long at all. Hook shot onto this. There you are. Using hook shot, we can also retrieve gold Skulltulas. And there we go. So yeah, that was the one that I thought was in the past, but it was in the future, so yeah. Is that all the ones in the Kakariko Village? No, there isn't. I think it also counts the ones in the graveyard, so... That one we missed 7 years ago, we're going to have to, you know, get back to it later. As with the whole past and future thing, I'm going to make this a lot more simpler and simply put child or adult under the item in question that I made for a little bio. So if it's a heart piece in the future, I'll specify if it's an adult or a child. If it's a gold skeletal in the future, adult or child, it's pretty simple. All right. Now that we've done that, that's pretty much all we're going to do for this episode. So, next time on Ocarina of Time, we're going to be making one last little pit stop before we head on over to Kokiri Forest. So, see you guys then.